What's up guys, welcome back today to another video on this channel. Hope you're all doing good. Now, I know what you're thinking, I didn't upload for a long time again, but this time I had a very valid reason. Nothing to do with my examinations. I was deeply engrossed into the book we're going to be talking about today, which is Open by Andre Agassi, an autobiography. A really inspiring book which I just wanted to grab, start reading and share with you guys. Now, we're going to talk about a few things before we jump into the actual gist and juice of this book. So firstly, who is Andre Agassi and why did I purchase this book? Andre Agassi, if you don't know, was one of the most legendary tennis champions ever. But small special things, which we will talk about in this book, made him different from everyone else. And why did I buy this book? Now, if you don't know, I love tennis. I love it. I play it every day and I have fun every time I play it. And when I knew that Andre Agassi has written an autobiography, I grabbed it, chucked it to the top of my reading list and began reading. I've seen so many matches from him, Pete Sampras, Monica Seles, Maria Sharapova, and some of the more recent, Roger Federer, Novak Djokovic, Rafael Nadal, and they are extremely inspiring. So I read this book, loved it, and here it comes to you guys. Now, before I actually jump into the juice, yes, we still have some more to do. Let's talk about the physical aspects of this book. So here's the cover page. I have the soft cover copy. If you can find the hardcover, that's just amazing. Page quality is good, published by Harper Publications. Now, here's where it gets a little hard to understand. This book has 388 pages, but the print is extremely small. I don't know if you can see that, but it's pretty small. Hence the time taken to read it is quite a lot. So reading 388 pages, and which is all filled with deep content. Just remember that. It's not easy reading. You have to pay close attention. Plus the fact that the font is really small increases the time to read the book. Nevertheless, it's really important that you do go through it nicely and complete it and understand all the deep meanings behind it. With that being said, let's talk about Andre Agassi. So here's a better explanation of Andre Agassi, because I'm very bad at explaining things. Andre Agassi played tennis professionally from 1986 to 2006. Often ranked number 1, he captured 8 Grand Slam singles championships, tying him for 7th on the all-time list. He's the only man to win a career Golden Slam, all 4 Grand Slams singles titles, plus the Olympic gold medal. He also compiled one of the best records ever by an American in the Davis Cup. As founder of the Andre Agassi Foundation for Education, he has raised more than $85 million for the Andre Agassi College Preparatory Academy, an acclaimed school for underprivileged children in his hometown, Las Vegas. He lives in Las Vegas with his wife, Stephanie Graf, also known as Steffi Graf. I think you've heard of her if you follow tennis, and their 2 children. Now talking about the nitty-gritty of this book. Here are a few valuable points you can take away from this book. Okay, point number 1. Doing what you hate sometimes is extremely beneficial. Now, Andre Agassi's example of this is in the extreme. If you don't know, Andre Agassi hated tennis. Hates tennis, hated tennis, and will always hate tennis. He mentions in this book that given 2 different choices, he probably never would have chosen tennis. So you might think now, why did he choose tennis if he never liked it? Why did he choose to do something he hated so much? Well, credit for that goes to his father, who was extremely strict about the fact that his son, Andre Agassi, has to become the world number 1 in tennis. And he did. He became the world number 1 several times. So credit for that goes to his father for introducing him and keeping him on the path of tennis. Now this is an extreme example of this. Okay, Andre Agassi's life was dedicated to something he never liked doing. So you should do small things every day that you find hard, which you hate doing, but are beneficial. Take for example, waking up early at 5 a.m. in the morning. It is healthy, beneficial, but no one likes doing it. You want that extra hour to sleep. try to push through. These are small things that are extremely beneficial, and as I mentioned, his life is up to the extreme. Your life can be including these small things every day. Point number 2, stick to your goals. Now, even though Andre Agassi in this book never ever liked tennis, he still stuck to his goals. He never abandoned it, because that's what was in his head since day one. Every time someone asked Andre what he wanted to become, his father would answer for him, he's going to be the number 1 player of tennis. What did you think? And just so you know, thanks to his father's training, Andre Agassi was a tennis prodigy at a very young age. So all of his dreams and goals and hopes were all tennis, because his father wanted them to be, and he never went against his father because he was scared of doing that. Now, one thing I like to mention at this point, that the language in this book is a little strong at some points, so the ages, I would put it, would be above 14 or at the very minimum above 13 to read. And it's also about him trying to psychologically find himself when he doesn't know what he wants to become other than a tennis player, how he goes about his life, how he takes all of his losses, and yeah, so it's kind of heavy, and you need to be of at least 13 years above to read this book. Now, the third point is pushing through all difficulties, and I mean all. If you don't know, Andre Agassi, was born with a disease. Now, I'm going to try and read it from the book. If I don't pronounce it right, don't go off at me in the comments, okay? Just saying. Here goes nothing. I was born with spondylolisthesis. I just said that, spondylolisthesis, okay? And it is a disease, meaning the bottom vertebra that is parted from the other vertebra stuck out on its own or rebelled, which is the main reason for his pigeon-toed walk. This book is written in the first person sense, meaning instead of writing Andre Agassi then jumped, it is I then jumped. So that's what first person means. So thanks to this disease, it was extremely hard for him to play for long hours on end. Yet still he played those matches, yet still he became the number 1, yet still he played with his father all the time, hours on end. And he pushed through that disease. It used to hurt him, it used to pain miserably, but he pushed through that disease. Then he pushed through his hatred of tennis. He knew that he was good at tennis. He knew he was amazing at tennis, and he knew he could make something out of tennis in his life. He never liked it, but he still pushed through to do it. That's the main essence of this book. Doing things you don't like and pushing through the things and the times where you feel like you want to give up. Now, obviously you take time to read a book, so what value can you pull away from this? Now, regardless of whether you're a fan of Andre Agassi, you're a fan of tennis as a game, you play tennis, you're a tennis player, you're interested in sports, you want to know more about this person's life, I don't care. I couldn't care in the least. I just want you to read this book and understand it deeply. It's written in a very simple way and will no doubt be beneficial to you in your life. It's going to be extremely helpful. Read it like a story, read it like you have to read it, or read it like a school book. I don't care, go ahead and read it, it's amazing. On that note, thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully I added a little value to your life. If I did, make sure you hit the like button and even subscribe while you're down there. It takes a long time to come up with scripts for these videos and to record these videos, so it's really appreciated if you subscribe. Hopefully you came to know something new about Andre Agassi today, or something new as a whole. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm going to see you next time, or probably in a previous video you haven't watched. Links are in the description. See you guys.